What's up? What's the
Without
second take of this video and the second take of doing that because I fucked up the first one because I suck at everything.
you don't suck at everything,
In the words of
Jeremy.
I'm so stupid. Anyways,
Yeah, we're replying to a comment.
right. So we are replying to a comment indeed. I'm going to have it up on screen. Yeah. And what Maria was asking about is how do we fight back?
Mm-hmm.
We're dealing with these problems in the culture and in politics. How do we actually fight back? How does the conservative minded person, or even just the person who's not left of Bernie Sanders, fight back against all this insanity? Okay. And there are a few ways to do it. And we're going to go down the list one by one and talk about what they look like and how best to do them. The first and most obvious, the one that is supposed to be the primary one, but unfortunately has proven to be ineffectual, voting. Now, the reality is we do still have to vote in people that we believe are going to do the job that we want them to do. You need to look at people's track records. You need to see if they've actually kept their word, if they actually vote the way they say they're going to vote, if they have a history of having integrity and speaking the truth. If they don't, you need to vote their ass out and support a candidate to replace them in your primary that is going to actually do the things they say they're going to do. I'm looking at you, rhino establishment scumbags like Mitch McConnell, you fucking traitor. I'm looking at people all throughout DC who got in there saying that they would do great things for the country, and then they've just fattened their own wallets for the following 20, 40, 50 fucking years.
Mm-hmm.
We need to vote those people out and vote in people who actually are going to put our country first. Gonna put this country and its people first. Gonna try to get rid of crime. Gonna do something about the drug epidemic. Gonna close the borders. Gonna put America first. If you don't have a candidate to vote for, I think it's better to not vote at all.
Mm-hmm.
And if you only have candidates who are untested, who don't have a political history, you got to take them at their word and analyze everything you can about their life outside of politics and make a vote decision based on that. And then they'll serve a term and you'll have a better idea of whether or not you should reelect them. Now, the thing that will actually allow us to uninstall politicians that we don't like, that has a lot more teeth than voting by itself, is voting with your wallet.
Mm-hmm.
It's no secret that a lot of businesses absolutely hate you if you're right of center. Businesses like CNN, businesses like Starbucks. These businesses hate you, they hate everything you stand for, and they want to see your political ideas die. So, the way we counter that is by supporting businesses that do the opposite, that are fighting for you and the things you believe. I want to pull up some things here that will help you make your decisions and show you that there is an economic path away from supporting the left. This is a site called Conservapedia, and this is a list of conservative companies. Now, this list is not perfect. Chiefly on my list of my personal list of companies that should not be under conservative is Black Rifle Coffee Company.
Mm-hmm.
These guys are scumbags. They don't actually practice what they preach. They don't actually believe in the things they say they believe in. When Kyle Rittenhouse was getting chewed up and spit out, they shot him in the back. They do not, behind closed doors, say good things about the people that buy their product. And if Nicole Arbor is to be believed, and I think she is a trustworthy source, they have very disgusting behaviors and attitudes towards women in the leadership of this company. I would not be caught dead drinking a cup of Black Rifle coffee. I don't fucking care how good it tastes, but I'm not a coffee drinker, admittedly. Next, a lot of people think that there's no way to avoid shopping at big businesses that are working against you. And that is an issue of the past with apps like Public Square right
Mm-hmm.
here. You can get it in both app stores, and you can come to this website here and learn all about them. What this is local businesses that are right of center or just not completely insane can sign up for this app. The app screens them, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but I believe they do. And once the app accepts them in, they're added to the map of local businesses that support your values. And boom, you now have a network of local businesses to patronize that are not actively fighting against the things you believe in, making it much easier to vote with your wallet. Now, for people who run online businesses and content creators, there's this thing right here called parallel economy. This is from Dan Bongino. He's a right wing pundit. He also, I think it was the, who are the people that bodyguard the president? Is that the CIA?
Secret Service.
Secret Service. Thank you. He was a Secret Service agent. This guy has been around the swamp. He knows what he's talking about, and he knows what he's doing in creating parallel economy. This is a financial services institution. It's kind of like PayPal, online transaction processing, that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Except unlike PayPal, they won't cancel you for saying, "Yeah, I don't think kids should be castrated at 5 and have hormones shot into their ass at levels that are something like 500 times what would show up in nature. That's just probably not good for him." Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he won't take you off his platform for saying that in public. So that is the voting with your wallet step. You find out what companies are going to support your values and what have a track record of supporting your values, and you support them with your dollar. Now, the next thing is supporting content that supports your values and fights for the things you believe in. Steven Crowder, salty cracker. He's spicy, but he's on our side. uh, Everyone over at the Daily Wire. Liberal Hive Mind is a channel
Mm-hmm.
that you might not have heard of. It's got 1 million subs, so there's a very real chance you have. All kinds of channels throughout YouTube.
JP.
JP, yeah, thank you. Awaken with JP. These people are fighting for you. I'm fighting for you here at Adventurous Publications and
Mm-hmm.
across all of my platforms. I can't keep politics out of my mouth because I care a lot.
Yeah.
So we at Team Adventurous are fighting for you. Now, Mason, he is left of center, but he is still on the side of truth and sanity. I'll get to that a little bit more on point on some of the last point. Um, but yeah, support content creators who are fighting for you. Now, what does that look like? Hitting the sub button, hitting the like button, leaving a comment,
Mm-hmm.
sharing the video around on whatever social media you have, or telling your friend, "Hey, I know this channel that is a conservative commentary channel. You should check them out." That level of support, that grassroots support, is the number one thing you can do to support us. You can also financially support us.
Mm-hmm.
We have plenty of links down in the abyss called the YouTube description that you can use to support us. We have a merch store. Most conservative content creators do. Oh, Brett Cooper is another one. Really great
Yeah.
young lady that popped up at the Daily Wire. Yeah, so sorry, that was just a tangent that popped into my brain. But yeah, if they're on YouTube and they actually make videos with consistency, they probably have a merch store you can go to support them. If you come over to our Twitch, if you're feeling Adventurous Twitch, you can sub to our Twitch or donate money there and via bits. Yes, I know it's supported by, I know that's Amazon. I'm well aware, but that's why I'm also giving you the option of just buying my book, which is another great way you can support me. And unlike a lot
Mm-hmm.
of conservatives who write about politics, I write epic fantasy. This is just a good fucking story. It's actually kind of about me in a roundabout way, but it's an epic fantasy story.
Yeah.
Now, the next thing is counterculture. You need to support counterculture. People like me who write books.
Yeah.
People like Tim
Or
Pool who,
like me who write books.
yes, like Caitlin who write books. And she's doing a Kickstarter, and the link for that's in the description as well for a book of hers. People like Tim Pool who create music. And yes, he's not a conservative. He's left of center by quite a bit, actually, at least by old standards. But
Mhm.
he supports the truth above all else. And he's sane. He doesn't believe in the mutilation of kids. So there's clearly common ground that we on the right can find with him. I disagree with some of the things he believes, but I believe he honestly believes them. And that's the key. Are they being honest? So things like that, supporting the Daily Wire movies, supporting the Breitbart movie if you can stomach it. I think it's a piece of shit movie, but you
Yeah.
might like
Yeah.
um,
Or
supporting the counterculture. Go ahead, Kate.
or leaving them a review and giving them severe critique, because we need to encourage people in our vein of thinking to actually produce content that's better and not that's going to shoot us in the foot.
Yeah. Oh, and just a quick note. In case you're wondering if I'm genuine and I practice what I preach, I support Crowder. I support Tim Pool. He put this out as a gag to when the My Pillow controversy was coming down the line. I have a My Pillow on my bed right now. So Team Adventurous practices what it preaches, folks. And then the last issue was interpersonal relations, and this was Kate's point. So, Kate.
Um, well, to address the comment that was made, um, she said that her her daughter is having issues because she's surrounded by children that are hypersexualized because of their parents being okay with things like them going to drag shows and them being programmed with all of these different ideologies. And so my point is, one of the things that you can do to sort of combat this, more than to simply, as she said, sign petitions on Facebook and leave comments and do things like that, which all of those things do help, because your voice is one of the things that is very important to use to fight with. However, if you're looking for more, on the ground things that you can do, one of those things is, well, if her friends' parents are okay with those sorts of things, just step away. You have to think of your child's mental health first.
Mm-hmm. Interpersonal relations have to be examined, and we need to fight for every inch with the people we know. If you know someone who thinks it's okay to take their kids to a drag show, you need to have a serious conversation with that
Yeah.
person. Say, look, the thing that you think is okay is evil, and explain why, step
Yeah.
by step. Drag is overtly sexual. It's been overtly sexual since its inception. Taking kids to drag shows has nothing to do with acceptance and tolerance. It's about exposing the kid to that hypersexual thing, so the kid will then begin thinking about it. So that gateway in their mind is opened, so that the people who want to exploit your child sexually now have an easier time doing it. That's why Drag Queen Story Hour was introduced in the first place. It's a mechanism they can use to introduce your kid to the thing in the most sterile way they possibly can, so the kid's mind is open to it and the process of grooming begins.
Yeah.
And it all starts with Drag Queen Story Hour. Now, there's someone here on Team Adventurous. His name is Mason in the Dark. He has a YouTube channel. He's a very good friend of mine. I consider him like a long lost brother. I love this man deeply. He's a good person, but he disagrees with me on the LGBTQ's place in society and how they should be dealt with by society at large. And we have some disagreements on their societal impact and these kinds of things. But the reason I say I love him like a brother And the reason that we can continue to be friends is that despite the fact that we disagree, and sometimes those disagreements are heated, but despite that, when I dig down to what I call moral bedrock, when I ask him the most fundamental questions, we always agree. And that's the way you find out whether you should have these people in your lives.
Hmm.
And that's the way you find out if these people have any good in them. You ask questions, you use the Socratic method to get down to moral bedrock. You go down the list of questions until you find something you can agree on. And if you get down to your hard principles, if you get down to your hard limits and that
Hmm.
person will not agree with you, wash your hands of that person. I
Yeah.
don't care if it's your dad. I don't care if it's your mom. I don't care if it's your spouse. If you can't agree that, for example, chemically castrating kids at the age of 5 and chopping off a 14-year-old girl's breasts is not okay. If you can't agree on that very easy to agree on statement,
Hmm.
then you don't want that person in your life. They're
Yeah.
evil. If they're okay with mutilating kids on the altar of their woke god, that person's evil. Done. I know it's hard. It's really hard, but it's as simple as that. The reason, again, me and Mason can continue to be friends is because we can agree on things like, yeah, doing that to kids is wrong. Yeah, exposing kids to overt sexuality is wrong. So you have to have these conversations with everyone in your life, your immediate family, your friends, the teachers at your kid's school, and anyone who you cannot find these common grounds with. Don't be around them, especially don't let your kids around them,
Hmm.
and put as much distance physically and culturally between those people and yourself as you possibly can. Now, I already hear a lot of people in the comments, well, Zach, that's just going to make the division worse. That's not going to breed understanding or create common ground. These people will not accept common
Right.
ground with you. There will be no understanding with people whose entire worldview is so fundamentally different from yours that they think it's okay to mutilate and groom kids.
Yeah.
Okay? You have to be able to find some kind of common ground, and the welfare of children is a great place to start. Now, you need to come to these conversations loaded for bear. Be educated, know the facts, have the data ready,
Hmm.
have a list of articles in your phone, have the stats saved in your phone, whatever way is going to work for you. Just make sure you have it ready to pull up. You're wrong. Put it in their face and try to be calm and collected and peaceful about it. Be an adult about it. Don't shout obscenities at them. Don't call them names. Don't insult them. But be stern. Be firm. Do not budge an inch. You're wrong. Here's the data. You're wrong. Here's the facts. You're wrong. My guy never said that. You're wrong. Here's the context of that
Hmm.
situation. You're wrong. Your guy did say this. Have it pulled up and ready. And if they will not admit that they were wrong and change their beliefs, you don't want that person in your life. Period.
Yeah. Yeah. Because really, what I say this a lot, but if you want to create order, you must be the one defining the chaos. And their big thing is they want to create as much chaos as possible so that they can erase any kind of order and start over with their own. So, the best way that you can define the chaos for yourself and create order for your family and those around you is by telling the truth. The facts do not care about your feelings. And that's just one hard reality that, well, you're just gonna have to face it, because the safety of you and your children and potential safety of other people and their children is very important. That's what this all boils down to. This is cloaked in, false morality, of, oh well, you should be accepting of, of other people and their beliefs, and they just want to be able to love who they want to love. That's wrong. That's not it at all.
Not
That
anymore.
is
If
no.
it was, there's a
If it
debate to
ever
be had.
was, this is a
But
smokescreen.
yeah, it became obvious that it was no longer about that when they started trying to involve your kids.
Yeah.
When
When
they
they
started
started,
saying drag the kids to pride.
right,
When they started having
using
child
the term map.
when when what is it? Destin is amazing. A
Yeah.
7-year-old boy, I
Yeah.
think, was in a gay club in New York stripping for adult homosexual men.
Yeah.
It stopped being about love and tolerance and started being about we run the culture now and you're gonna like it.
Yeah.
So those are our pieces of advice. Um, if you want to support us, everything is down in the description. Kate's Kickstarter for her upcoming novel. I write novels.
Yeah.
And I just want to, and yes, if for you people who are hypocrisy detectives, yes, I'm currently on Amazon. I'm looking about getting off very soon. I'm just very poor, and I need every revenue stream right now. But my conscience is gnawing at me. So yeah, it's coming down very soon. But regardless of that, you can buy our merch, you can support our books, you can hit that sub button, you can share us around, you can go to our If You're Feeling Adventurous Twitch and support us there. Once we get a certain number of followers over there, or
Mhm.
here for that matter, I'm going to start looking for sponsors. So every subscribe, every follower on Twitch really helps. And before we go, I just want to say thank you so much to everyone who's been hitting the subscribe button. It means the world to us. If you don't mind spreading the love and you like laughing and you like epic stories, go subscribe to Mason in the Dark. He's truly a good man. I truly love that man like a brother. Funny as hell. We are Team Adventurous, and we're here to fight the good fight. And any help you can give us doing it is sincerely appreciated. So, unless Caitlin has something,
No,
all right.
no. I
Thank
think
you
we
so
said
much
all we
for
could
being
say.
here.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here. And until the next one, welcome to the adventure.
Welcome to the adventure.